Sleeves here with your Senior Pickleball Report, powered by TNC Network. Let's get it going. Paddle review time. PCKL Pro Series 13. Before we get started, if you like this content, consider subscribing to the channel. Check out all our links in the descriptions, discounts on paddles and shoes. And hey, subscribe to our newsletter, get your little fix every week. Okay, let's get on to that paddle review. Okay, this is the 13 millimeter. They also make a 16 millimeter. This bad boy has a 5.5 inch handle, 4.2 circumference. It is pretty light. It's 7.8, and I believe it's 106 on the swing weight, which is a very light paddle. I like that because, again, what I've mentioned with other paddles, if they build them too heavy, you really can't do anything with it. So with these, you can actually obviously put some tape and things to adjust the weight as well and the swing weight as well. It is T700 raw carbon fiber. It is unibody thermoform, so the sweet spot is enormous, and it's a beautiful looking paddle. Pickle does a nice job with their look. I like their color scheme and their cool little logo as well. It's a ribbed grip, white grip, obviously. Got the little end cap there. And again, I'm more of a 16 millimeter guy lately, but this 13 millimeter packs a punch. So let's talk about some of the specifics coming up. Okay, let's talk touch and control and power. This paddle has a great deal of power because it's 13 millimeter. I used to play with a lot of thinner paddles, Gearbox, Pro Kenix, and then I kind of moved away into the 16 mil because I really like the control. This paddle for 13 millimeter has a fair amount of control, although I prefer still, I'd like to try their 16 mil to see if I would prefer it. Although what I do enjoy is the light swing weight with this. It has a lot of control if you're near the net and if I grip up on it a little bit, which I tend to do. But off the net, a little more harder if I'm in the reset zone, kind of the no man's land. Has great power, though. You can rip the ball, no doubt about it, because the swing weight's so light, and it's a thin paddle, and it's a unibody thermoform paddle, so there's not a lot of mishits going on. You know, still probably polypropylene core like most paddles, but no problem putting the ball away for overheads. And some people might want a little more head weight, so they could put some tape, lead tape up on the top. So pretty decent scores. I'd give this bad boy for touch and control about an 8, and for power, I give it a 9. Okay, let's talk about some of the things I like and some of the things I think I would like to see improve for me personally. I really do like, again, the look of the paddle. Aesthetically, it's gorgeous for me. I love the color scheme like I mentioned earlier. I do like the power that I get with the paddle. I may want a little more control, and that's why I go with a little thicker paddle, generally core thickness. I lean towards more of a 16 millimeter paddle these days, but you know, things change. And for the 13 millimeter, this thing has actually a fair amount of control. I don't like the color of the grip, mainly because white gets dirty quickly and it just looks a little grubby. But for a grip that is ribbed, which I generally don't care for, this one actually doesn't bother me too much, and it's perforated enough that my hand does not slip on it at all. And I do like the length, and the circumference sometimes is a little thin, but I like the length of the handle being 5.5. I'd probably put an overgrip on this to get rid of the white and make it a little thicker, which helps my pickleball elbow. So those are some of the things I like and some of the things I would improve upon. Overall, I recommend the paddle highly. I mean, you can't really beat the price of it. It's like $160 at this point. And for a thermoform unibody paddle, carbon fiber, with these specs, it's a steal. So I'd highly recommend it. It's probably for somebody who has a little more control in their game and can go to a thinner paddle like this and still control it. They have all the shots, so to speak. They have the resets, and their dinks are under control already, technically speaking, from their technique. Overall, I think people that would probably buy this paddle are probably about a 4.0 and up. And again, if you want a little more forgiveness, there is a 16 millimeter option available as well. Finally, there's a limited lifetime warranty. Check out their website for more of the details on that. You can check out the code in our description. If you want to go and buy the paddle, you can go there and use our code as well. And again, for a paddle that is this price range and you can build upon it because the weight is light enough and the swing weight is light enough that you can manipulate it, I think it's a great paddle to build upon if you want to start with something that out of the box is pretty decent already. But if you want to add some features, obviously lead tape and over grips, this paddle is perfect for building upon that. So again, great deal. Pickle hits it out of the park again. Links in the description. Check out the codes in the description for PCKL Pickle. And hey, let's get it going. Oh yeah, and let's pickle. Boom. New paddle company, Pickle, PCKL. Great paddle line, great price points. Anything you want from starter paddle to intermediate to a Pro Series high-level paddle. Check them out. Get 15% off using my discount code. Pickle. It's the future.
Are you looking to stay up to date on the latest pickleball news and tips? Look no further than the Sleeves Senior Pickleball Report newsletter. Get the scoop on the sport, learn how to stay healthy while playing, and find out about upcoming tournaments. Subscribe now to get all the pickleball info you need